Hey, finally got two people on. What's up, guys? Four people? What is up? Went live right after I got done with uh, ruining doing a video and ruining some plastisol. So, did I eat all the potatoes? I don't know how you can eat all the potatoes, but yeah. No, I did not eat all the potatoes. What's up, Zigzag? Hey, since you're a moderator on Wisconsin fishing, I'm going to add you as a moderator. So, but yeah, hopefully my buddy gets on here. I sent him a text saying that, yeah, well, it is what it is. And hopefully my buddy gets on here, uh, talk about fishing, hunting, whatever. Yeah, he does need to find a hobby, definitely. So, what can I say? I like to eat. So, but yeah, just got done doing a video here on making baits. So, making some soft plastics for fishing. Do I ever go fly fishing? No, but I do have a fly fishing rod and reel. Uh, Never went out because over here in Iowa, it's kind of difficult to do some fly fishing around here. We don't have much for trout, but we do have some cold water streams that the DNR does stock up. But yeah, there's people that do fly fishing around here. It's just not very popular here in Iowa. So, both. I have a boat. I do some wading, and I do some bank fishing. So hopefully, when the waters warm up here more, and I can get some more videos done up on how my style of fishing. But I do some bank fishing, wading, and I do go out on my grandpa's boat that I inherited. I just got that boat fixed up and ready to go. So, but yeah, I just got done making up some what's it stingers right here for some crappie. They it's a little translucent for my taste, but and I got some what Do It Molds calls the crappie forks, but I call them crappie flukes. I guess they were told to quit calling them crappie flukes because I don't know, it might be some stupid copyright type stuff. So, but that they got in trouble with or something, I don't know. But they probably got a cease and desist letter. So for some mess on that, and made up some. Last week I made up some fat forks. So yeah, yeah. Actually, to tell you the truth, there is quite a bit bait making channels out there. Plus, I'm trying to actually get monetized right now. So, and the problem is that YouTube Shorts does not add to your watch list. And yeah, Shorts is a great way to acquire new subscribers and all that, but my main focus is um, long form and going live here. So as of right now, so but yeah, yep. So and my bird clock's going off, so please give it a second. So but yeah. But yeah, I'd probably give it a try on doing some shorts on different types of soft plastics for different kind of fishing. So I'd probably give it a try and see what happens. Wouldn't be a problem at all. But please, guys, don't forget to hit the like button on this. So, but I'm letting my plastisol cool down right now so I can get some other mold shot up. So, but what I'll probably do, see, I got a tail mold for those crappie flukes, and probably gonna shoot those up. And let's see, what else do I have? What did I bring down? Probably give this a whirl. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah. Well, like I said, guys, hit the like button. Yeah, I only got one person on as of right now, but I'm trying to build my audience, guys. Trying to build my audience. So the more that you guys help out, the more it gets me noticed. So had an old timer teach me take shrimp and soak in jalapeno juice with strawberry jello mix for catfish. Works amazing. Just careful when you touch your bait. Touch after you bait your hook. Yeah, no kidding. You don't want that jalapeno juice getting all over you, right? So is that pickled jalapeno juice or what is it? Pickled. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to give that a try. I don't do much catfishing, so I pretty much go after crappie and walleye. But right as of right now, I'm not that great of a walleye fisherman. I wish I was. And plus, all the good walleye waters are about an hour or two away from me, so I don't get that far into it. But hoping by the end of the closer to the middle of this month, I can get down and do some crappie fishing. Kansas got some good walleye. Yeah, yeah. Iowa. We stock our walleye because they don't. Um, how do you want to say? They don't spawn naturally as they used to after farming the farming deal around here took place and got a whole lot of erosion into the soil eroded into the waterways. Um, a lot, so it got real muddy and everything. So, and walleye like to spawn in rocky spots, and the DNR said that 1% of the walleye population are able to spawn naturally, but the DNR they'll do a lot of gill netting for the walleye, and they spawn them in their hatcheries. So, and then they release them. But yeah, I like to do a lot more walleye fishing and stuff like that, but I'm not all that good at it. So I can go to a mud hole that's just filled with mud and uh, catch bass left and right, but those are just stupid ass bass. Moving water is best from what I've gathered. Yeah, wing dams is good, and out on the Mississippi, but I don't get out on the Mississippi a whole lot because I only have a 14-foot V hull um, boat, and I only have a 6 horse motor, and slack water is best for that boat. Yeah, yep, catch rocks. Yep, definitely. That's the reason why I make my own tackle and soft plastics. As you can see, I catch rocks a lot, so it's cheaper for me to make my own stuff. So, and over here, if you can see, I'll pick you up here. But that whole pegboard there is full of do it molds stuff that I can make my own jigs, sinkers, everything like that. And so I get a lot of snags, a lot of snags. I lose quite a bit of lures, and I also I got some blanks here and do some airbrushing of a lot of crankbaits too, jerk baits, crankbaits, everything else like that. So, but yeah, and right here, let's see if I can get you guys switched around. I don't know if I can, but oh yeah, I can. That right there is all my soft bait molds from Do It, and got some here, or there, and over there also. So I got a lot of sweet stuff. Pumpkin blackworm they used to make. Pumpkin blackworm. I'm gonna have to Google that, man. Who used to make that? What brand? And I'm gonna add you as a moderator also, so that way if you um, find anyone that you'd like to subscribe to, you can go ahead and subscribe, and they can subscribe to back to you. All right, I'll give you a minute. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Zigzag. Yeah, I used to work at Do It Molds there in Denver, Iowa, and they're only like 20 minutes away from me. And I used to work there, but I left because I was going to be having my second child, and I was looking for better opportunity to, you know, to pay for everything. So, and after COVID, um, I was able to acquire a different job that paid quite a bit more than what Do It does. But I do miss working at Do It. I do. I really do. If I could go back, I would. But not at the pay that they were paying me. So I moved along. So, but my dad still works there at Do It, and So I hear all the that goes on over there at Do It Molds and everything, and hear about the new stuff that's coming out, and able to go ahead and buy up since I make quite a bit more. So Zoom did all right. The pumpkin black worm from Zoom. So I'll take a look at that and um, see what color that is and see if I can't copy it. So I tried copying the electric chicken for crappie, but I had a total fail on it because the plastic was a lot more translucent than I liked. So, but I thought I had it right, but I didn't. All right, well, I'll still give it a look on Google once I get done here, man, and take a look. And so, but yeah, and but yeah, so I did acquire quite a bit of that, and a lot of stuff when I worked there at Do It. Just a lot of number two molds that we couldn't, and it was just real small defects on their stuff, and I thought it was just funny to scrap it and um, recycle it when I could actually use the stuff. So I asked if I could take it home and use it, and they're like, "Yeah, go ahead, take it, use it, whatever you want." But yeah, they did make money off their recycling when the guys um, would come and pick up the scrap stuff to junk and everything. You have Discord or Signal? What are you talking about? So, but yeah, I went ahead and acquired a lot of the molds, but I'm gonna have to add more color to this and figure out what to do with this because I failed miserably on both colors. So, do you have Discord or Signal chat groups? No, I don't have any private chats. So I'm new to this whole social media live streaming type stuff. So a lot of stuff comes out real quick and in a hurry, and um, I never catch up on it. I have two kids that I got to try and keep up with and everything. And this is just kind of a side hustle for me to try and get monetized and make a little something on the side, and also advertise my baits and everything, and so I can go ahead and sell them and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. I got a little 6 year old as of right now, and yesterday I wasn't able to get out and go fish and like I wanted to because he had two soccer games. It was originally supposed to be only one soccer game that we had travel to, and that was an hour away. And then we had to turn around and head back towards home to go play at another game because they were short one person, and so he got to play two games. And yeah, so got kind of busy and with that, and got back home, and everybody was real exhausted, just because it was around 30-40 degrees and the wind was blowing, so the wind chill was down to 20s, and it was cold. Okay, all right, well, thank you. I'll do that. I'll try. I'll check that out too, man. So I'll check that out. So I don't get, I don't, yeah, I'll check it out, but I get quite busy, so this is the first time I actually was able to sit down and actually have some free time to get on here. So, and like I said, this whole YouTube thing is just a little side hustle for me and my boy. But right now we just, um, yeah, just get quite busy over here up here in Iowa. So, but yeah, yeah, definitely, yep. There's a lot of bait making channels out there. I mean, there is quite a bit. If you actually take a look at, if you just search on YouTube that says bait making and making baits for fishing, whatever, make your own soft plastic stuff like that. There is a lot of stuff out there. One guy I did follow quite a bit, but I think he kind of stopped out of nowhere. There was that guy Skimpy. He used to be, or still is, one of the other pro staff for um, Do It Molds, and he's out of Washington State. He makes quite a bit of stuff up. SDG is another one that makes up quite a bit of baits, but he doesn't use Do It Molds. He uses Epic Bait Molds, and he makes a lot of stuff up. Um, those are pretty much the only two main ones that I personally like. Take a look at Bait Chuckin'. He actually sells a bunch of color shift powders and glitter, and he calls them siren scales. And he has a bunch of stuff. Bait Chuckin' is another good one that I like. Um, Marling Baits, he actually carves his own crankbaits and stuff like that out of wood. He's from here in Iowa. He lives south of me as of right now, and Debo Fishing. He's he was or is a pro staffer. He partnered up with Do It Molds for their um, airbrushing stuff. That's Do It. Do It came out with their airbrush line, and he airbrushes a lot of his own Crankbaits. He is from Cedar Rapids, also, so he lives like an hour south of me. So he does stuff like that. Your hometown makes the trout magnet baits. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, hand carved baits. Marling Baits. Ben Marling. I think that's his name, Ben Marling. I'm not 100% sure, but he lives an hour south of me. But yes, he makes hand carved. Well, I wouldn't say hand carved. He does whittle away. So he takes like a block of wood, and he takes his bandsaw and he actually uh, cuts out the shape that he wants, and then he takes just a regular old box cutter blade, box cutter, and he carves it out. He carves the scales out. He carves everything out. He has some pretty cool stuff. He actually made a strawberry because he put down his German Shepherd. His German Shepherd passed away, and his favorite snack was strawberries. But he actually made a hand carved strawberry crankbait, and he caught fish on it. It was actually really freaking sweet. And he actually made the Grinch as a bait um, for Christmas one time, and I don't know if he caught fish on that one, but he makes up some pretty cool shit. So please go check him out. He is real awesome. And if you subscribe to any of them, just say hey. Um, Wapsie River at said to come check you guys out and everything. But yeah, now my phone's going on. And hold on a sec. Let me before. All right, sorry if I lost you. But yeah, so sorry if I lost you guys. I used to make poppers out of wine corks. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. yeah. So hold on. Let me see if I can invite this one guy on. But yeah, so if you guys check them out, check those guys out, please say hey, Wapsie River Rat said come check you guys out. I think they know who I am. I'm just real small compared to those guys, real small. They have quite a bit of subscribers. So the wood thing, yeah, that is one thing that I would not be able to do at all. Oh, I just did something. I don't know what I did. I don't want green screen. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so I'm still trying to figure this live thing out. It is pretty touchy, in my opinion. But yeah, I was trying to invite this guy on, but he was trying to get a hold of me and everything. So sorry about that. But it was my buddy that was doing turkey hunting and everything. Hopefully he gets on. Not turkey hunting right now. He's out scouting. Right now it's not season yet for him or anything, so but yeah. But it's a buddy of mine that took up the Wapsie River at hunting um, hunting adventures. So and he does quite a bit of that type of stuff. So lots of hunting on his end. I do go hunting quite a bit, but right now I'm having some sort of eye problem and everything. So um, I had to go to uh, get some sort of eye surgery done up, and I haven't went and got my new set of contacts yet. Waiting on the doctor to say that I'm good to go on getting refitted for that. So can I say Jesus Christ because I know that you're not Jesus. So but yeah. And so any questions for me or anything? Hopefully my buddy gets on YouTube here and hurries up and so I can add him to it. I can tell you one thing right now. I'm definitely going to be saying Jesus because I'm not going to call him Jesus. Because if he is, then I want to know why he's on my chat. Because then that ain't a good sign. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Oh, you posted a link. Okay. What next bait am I gonna make? I got a stack of 3 molds here. They're all the same. So, and I'll be making the Midwest Finesse, or as people like to call it, the Ned Rig. So, I'm not 100% sure what color quite yet, um, or anything. And then I got a production mold of, I don't remember what it's called, but I'm just going to say some sort of fry mold from Do It Molds. It's a production mold that they have there. I'm gonna probably do those up for crappie. And I got two different sizes of the perfect grub or the OG grub from Do It Molds. And I would say these are probably the best ones. Best grub mold that they have out there because the body is ribbed and that's meant for distortion in the water, but then also has these tails here that give it the, wavy look. So I would say that is the best version of that grub mold. Um, but then also I have set out here the ring it worm from Do It Molds. I have quite a bit of molds of these also and everything. But I just want to say that Do It Molds, their molds are not, they don't have much for production molds. They have like the 1 cavities, the 2 cavities. They have 4 cavities. They have 5. Well, how many ever they can fit in a 5-inch? I want to say that's 5-inch. I know it's not 2-inch. 5-inch, or maybe it is a 3-inch. This is the 3-inch. The 3-inch molds here. However many they can fit in a 3-inch mold or a 2-inch mold. Just because they how do you want to say, they rely heavily on their design, because in my last video, my last live, or you can look back and see like this eye craw here, it's probably the most realistic craw mold that is on the market. The most realistic. I mean, their perfection on their designs and their quality of their designs is just amazing. So they spend more time on their design of their molds than just design something up real quick and just send it out and make a production mold out of it. And also, they get a lot of their business from hobbyists like me. Now, if you go take a look at Epic Bait Molds or Angling AI or Fat Guys Fishing, they rely, their customer base is more on the people that sell their baits. So they're gonna want their production molds like this, and so their molds are quite a bit more expensive along those lines and everything. So the more the hobbyists, the more they can focus more on their perfection of their molds. What have I had the best results with? For fishing or making? Now, for fishing, my best results have been, actually, to tell you the truth, I never really kept track. Now for the jig mold, I would say their Midwest Finesse Ned head EWG is probably the best one that they have. What's up, Hillbilly Psycho? And their EWG hook for their Ned rig is probably the best. Now their mold is the Midwest Finesse. The freestyle jig mold is probably the best round head jig on there because you have a bigger eye. It's almost like an aspirin head jig, but they call it the freestyle jig. Now, they do have a jig that's called aspirin head, but this one's different. This one has the wire keeper with it, but you can add a 3D eye onto it, and it just gives it a big eye. Now, soft bait molds, I would say the iCraw is probably the best one for the Ned rig besides the Midwest Finesse jig or the soft bait, like I was showing you before, like that. That is That one and the iCraw I've had good results with. Crappie fluke for crappies. The stinger, what's it for crappies. Ned. Oh, okay. Hold on, I forgot another one. Helgramites for bass, smallmouth for neg rig. But my best results I've ever had now when it comes to midsummer, it gets really hot, really humid. When everything else has kind of died down, I would say my grub molds, my twister tails, my twin tail twister tails that I have. Now, lake fishing, swim baits, the ripper, the quaking shad. Um, um, yeah, the ripper, swimmer shad for swim baits for during midsummer. Then I would say for pitching, whatever, which I don't do a whole lot of finesse fishing. I would just go with like the boss hog or the brush beetle or bushy beetle or something like that. So, but yeah, catappa worms, never heard of that. The key from Alaskan thunder fudge, but it's not fudge. Yeah, so but yeah, I would say that those are probably my best ones, but yeah, that's that. I have some ice fishing jigs, but I don't ice fishing baits, but I don't go ice fishing. I just make those up for my buddies that do go ice fishing. Um, I'm not a guy that will sit on the ice, drink a beer, or and just get cold. No, I don't. It's not for me. Hibernating and making baits during the wintertime is my type of thing. So, and plus, I don't do a whole lot of alcohol consumption, as you want to say. Um, Bad experiences with that. Bad experiences. So I gave that up, and I'd rather spend my money on molds, bait making stuff, fishing stuff, and when I can, hunting. So my PB, look them up. They're pretty crazy little fuckers. Bite, little fuckers bite. All right, I'll take a look at those. Look, my PB shovel head flathead was on catalpa worms. Huh. I am gonna have to look that up. Now I have El Gisano, I think, somewhere. That's a different type of mold. Nah, but El Gisano is just Mexican called the worm. Do It Mold sells that mold. So, but yeah, and I have quite a bit of Cinco molds also. So, but yeah, have you got your cat? Is the catfish bite going on there, Hillbilly Psycho? If you're still here. Like running up brush hog with crawfish plastic on the hook. All right. I don't know what the brush hog is, but like I said, I just use quite a bit of Do It Molds stuff, so our names for everything else is a little different. Is that like a football head or Is that like a punch rig? I'm not 100% sure. It's 30s again and raining here. Ain't nothing biting. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. Yesterday I wanted to be out, but I was telling these guys I was at my boys' soccer games, and it was 30s, 30s, 40s with a wind chill of 24. So it was quite cold yesterday, and after his two games, I stayed inside all day because I was tired of getting cold. But yeah, I should have been out fishing today, but I had to get ready for the junk day tomorrow, and I was getting rid of a bunch of junk that was in the house, and yeah. I'm I'm not a bass fisherman, so yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. It took me quite a while to see what everybody was talking about when I worked at Do It Molds, but then I caught along um, the foreign language of the types of fishing that's out there because they stuck me on customer service quite a bit, and so when I was talking to the guys, it was all foreign language. I mean, there was words being thrown out left and right that I had no idea what they were talking about. And so they took me aside and explained quite a bit what a lot of the stuff was and the styles of fishing that these people were fishing. And um, then I kind of got used to it um, with the YouTube thing, and was looking everything up and everything and what how people fish and everything. Now, if you want to talk about some foreign language, we get some. We had some pretty crazy phone calls from people way down south and from the Louisiana Bayou type stuff, and they were talking about the one person was talking to me about white perch, and I thought it was a different type of fish, but then after I got off the phone with them and I was like, they were talking about white perch and I've never heard of white perch, and they're like, that's what they call crappie down there. I was like, wow, wow. We were in the 70s with tornadoes 4 days ago. They were biting after that until the temperatures dropped again. Yeah, yeah, it kind of sucks, man. I don't know what brush hog is, but I don't think you were casting one of those. That's your language. Yeah, yeah. When I heard brush hog, I was thinking a tractor attachment behind a tractor. So, and so I'm from Iowa, and that's what we call brush hog. Worm and a hook will work until the end of days. Exactly, exactly. Yep, yep, yep. But um, when I want to make it challenging, I use this. So that's what I like to do when I want to make it challenging. This is what I want. Now, bass fishing, on the other hand, I can catch those suckers up around here on a piece of block of wood and a couple treble hooks because they'll bite every time. So they're dumb. I don't know if they're just dumb in Iowa, but they're dumb up around here. I mean, you throw a couple treble hooks on a stick, they'll bite. So, yeah. But crappie on the other hand, when they're finicky little fish, they'll go from worm, minnow to plastic to inline spinners, and uh, yeah, so they're finicky little fish. So you gotta figure out what they're biting on. Saccharite, yeah, yeah, definitely. Yep. Louisiana also call crappie saccharite. Yeah, yeah. So up here in Iowa, we call them crappie, white crappie, or black crappie. There's no in between. Now, largemouth bass, I call them ditch pickles because they're green. And smallmouth, I call brown turds because they're everywhere and I can't keep them off the line. When I'm going for northern walleye or crappie, I'm always catching smallmouth and it drives me nuts. Yeah, definitely. Now, the one thing that really confused me was when I was talking about dolphins the other day, I was thinking of the mammal, the porpoise dolphins. I was talking about them, and they're like, and people were looking at me like I was freaking crazy because these people down in Florida they call dolphins a fish. There's a fish called a dolphin, and I had no idea. And so they called like the bottlenose dolphins like porpoises or something like that. I don't know. And so I like it drives me crazy. And red-eared sunfish. Um, what do they call them down in Louisiana? But they call them something else, and it drives me nuts. It's like no, it is a red-eared sunfish. That's what it is. Oh, the weedless skirt jig brush hogs. Okay. All right. Yep, yep, yep. All right. Now it's now it's coming back to me. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yep. Ditch pickles or are just catfish bait. Yep. That's they drive me nuts, but sometimes they are fun to fish. They are fun to fish some days. So brim. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. That's what they call them. It's like no, it is a red-eared sunfish, or they call them like shellfish crackers, or snail crackers, or shell crackers, or something like that. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, guys, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel and give me a like and everything. I'm going to be heading back upstairs. I guess my dad showed up, and I caught a lot of catfish on bass. Yep, yeah, I can see what you're talking about. And so, and I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video, this one edit video up, um, and that's the big ones. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna edit the video that I made up, and it was kind of my fail, but do the color electric chicken. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I know better for next time, guys. But I'm gonna head upstairs and except for the warmouth and green sunfish. That is the warmouth is kind of nuts because we don't have those around Iowa. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna head up there and cut this short. So, but we're gonna went ahead and head up there because my dad showed up. So something's up and everything. So maybe he came to see his grandkids. I don't know. So I'm gonna head upstairs and talk to you guys later. So see ya. Thanks. Yeah. Yep. Nice chatting with you. The next time it was I'd like to get you on again for the live. All right. We'll see ya.